Hello, this is Wild's Witness. I'll start off by telling everyone a little bit about myself. And, well, first of all, blessings to you and anyone watching this. I come to you today to give you a little bit of myself. As a kid, I was always questioning God and things of God, why did things happen the way they do. I would blame God for everything that went wrong, instead of looking towards myself. And then I guess you could say God touched my brother, and it was this time I was getting pretty bad off on drugs, following my friends, that my brother helped me get out of that and get away. My parents had left me with the trailer that we lived in before that, and me and my friends basically destroyed that place. And they moved down south to Louisiana. I had before all of that, I had went to Gateway Rehab in Alexandria. I got caught skipping school, and then I spent 3 months there, 4 months. Anyways, I was gonna have to redo the 10th grade, so I just decided to drop out at that point, and that's when I got onto the drugs. I started working with my brother, and my parents moved down to South Louisiana. Ended up having to get out of that situation. I moved away. My brother helped me get down there back to Louisiana with my parents. And I was real sick at that point. And when I get down there, my parents are down there doing drugs. So I just ended up going right back to doing the things I was doing with them. And the turning point for me there is when I walked in on my mom in the bathroom with a needle full of blood in her arm. And I just knew I'd had enough. I didn't like seeing my mom like that. So I ended up just locking myself away from them and doing my own thing. And I guess they cleaned up a little bit, or they did for the most part, I think. And I think we all started having a worse drinking habit after that. I had a good fight with alcohol. And then my brother came down there to visit me, and that's when he baptized me. And I started to do a walk with Christ. And I got a job working in the oil and gas through my good friend of mine. And I went out of town to Dallas, Fort Worth, and that's where I met my wife. And it's the best woman I know. And then my mom. And so I knocked her up, and it was a struggle at first, especially after I don't really know, but it was mainly me. I had a bunch of problems still. And I cheated on her, and I was always questioning, if she was the one for me. And I had my little girl, and I love that little girl to death. I got 3 kids now, though, with the same woman. we're married, and anyway, we went through a lot. And I still had fights with, my spiritual side, spiritual war. But I did really good for a while there in my walks. I don't know where there was where there became a point where I started to doubt again. I think I started getting into a lot of the New Age stuff, Christ consciousness, and looking into Anunnaki and all this other stuff out there that you can find that made me kind of start thinking more about other things and not looking to the Bible. Anyway, me and my wife, we finally, after a long time, we've gotten everything out, and we're doing better than ever. And she kept her faith strong, and my brother, of course, is still strong in his faith, as far as I know. But so she kept her faith, and I lost my mom and dad recently, the past few years, and it's just been kind of a battle for me, and I can't say what's got me going back, but besides Christ the Spirit, but I'm back with Him, and I'm happy to be back. And I just wanted to show a little bit of myself to you and my struggles. I know it's short and not detailed, but I want to start this channel to start doing Bible studies, and we're going to go through the beginning to the end, and using the Strong's Concordance, figuring out the background of the words and what they mean, and the spiritual meaning behind things that are in the Bible. And I just hope y'all will join me on my journey. Also, I had a very weird dream. I think that's partly what got me to do this video today. I've been meaning to get this done, but it's a weird dream. Maybe I don't quite understand all of it, but I was in the backyard, and there's this pond in the backyard, and my youngest son Daniel, was standing a little bit into the water, and I seen this snake coming up, and I tried to grab him and pull him up, and I couldn't hardly move him, and it took all my strength just to pick him up. He was like a rock, a stone. I got him up, and we went in the house, and the snake came up out of the water, and it was going back and forth in front of the house. I closed the door so he couldn't get in, and then I go to look out the window, and this tree has fell into the pond, and all the water was gone. And so I go outside to the front door, and there's another body of water across the way, and I see this tree fall into that water, and it looked like something was trying to capture it, and that's the tree. The tree lifted itself back up. It turned into a body of light, like a figure and it just let out this scream, and it was crazy. I can still hear that scream in my head, and it's if somebody was trying to capture it. So I ran back towards the house, and I could see my wife coming from the other way. I got with her, and she's seen it too, and we started talking about it, and this truck came along. We kind of hid so nobody would know we'd seen it, and then her sister comes by after that, and we tell her, and then I see this other little ball of light, like a red ball of light with a face that kept changing forms, and behind it was some more lights, and they all started going into these woods. I said, does anybody else see that, or am I tripping balls? But I think they want us to follow it. So we started to follow it, and then as they were going, some reason I realized I didn't have any shoes on, and I said, I gotta go back and get my shoes. So I ran back to the house and put on my shoes, and then I started going back, and there's another light that came up on the side of the house, and I touched it, and the wind came and picked me up, and I floated over the trees all the way to where the lights had took my wife. And as I landed there, there was a black cat with her now, and the black cat called her by her nickname, Lulu. And then we went into this house, and these people were all shriveled up, like dying, and we gave them this some liquid, and they sprung back to life. And this black cat started to, it seemed like, tell me the whole purpose of it. And then I woke up, and then I don't know what he was gonna say, but it was a weird dream. Anyway, y'all, I will start doing Bible studies. I don't know when I will have the first one ready. I am starting to work on it, and I might try to do it live. I don't know yet. I don't have a good setup, but I hope y'all join me. Anyway, blessings to everybody. Happy Sabbath.